Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're going to be making a tomato-based barbecue sauce. Now, this recipe is a good starting off point if you want to add, more spice, more sweetness, more whatever you want to it. You can, but this barbecue sauce on its own is really good. But you can tailor it to what you like or what your friends like. But yeah, it's super easy to make. Let's go check it out. All right, you're gonna need apple cider vinegar, honey, pineapple juice, mustard, San Marzano tomatoes, freshly ground pepper, what is that? Onion powder, salt, garlic powder, brown sugar, smoked paprika, chipotle powder, maple syrup, preferably maple syrup you bought in a cute little container on a family trip to Canada. Now let's get to making some barbecue sauce. All right, you're gonna add in your San Marzano tomatoes and try and do it without splashing over onto the counter. Now you're gonna grab your, let's take a look here. What am I grabbing? Brown sugar. Throw that brown sugar in there. This recipe is so easy. You really just add it all together and then you blend it and then you cook it and that's it. Now you're gonna add your real dainty, just such cute little maple syrup bottle of legit Canadian maple syrup. If you have a recipe that you have to measure out some honey using a measuring cup, spray it with Pam or whatever cooking spray or non-stick cooking spray, whatever that you want to use, and this will help remove all of the honey so it doesn't just stick to the measuring cup. I'll be honest, this is the first time I tried it, and it worked pretty well. Worked not as well as the honey being a little old and having to microwave it over and over again so that I could put it into the measuring cup. But honey allegedly lasts forever. Google it. History lesson, science lesson. So you'll pour the rest of that honey in there, hoping that it gets out quickly so people don't lose interest in your video. But you got to get a quarter cup. So, sometimes you got to be patient with that honey. And then what you really want to see is if it comes out well or not, right? Well, it did. It came out really well. I mean, I probably could have used a spatula to get the last little bit of it out, but usually when I measure honey, that's like completely coated the measuring cup and it's kind of annoying to get out. This just left a little bit in there. Wasn't too bad. So I was happy with this technique. I would use it in the future, as you should as well. All right, now you're gonna add in some pineapple juice. I think it's a quarter cup. I don't know. All the measurements and everything, as usual, will be in the description below. And now you're going to add in your apple cider vinegar. This is going to give it a little bit of tang. If you don't like apple cider vinegar, don't add it in. If you don't like any of the ingredients I'm putting in, don't add it in. But I can't guarantee you that it's going to be delicious. Next, you're going to do that fresh ground pepper. Yes, do fresh ground pepper. It makes a giant difference than using the pre-ground pepper. Believe me, it really does. Now you're going to add in your smoked paprika. Give it a little smoky flavor. Then you're going to add in some, I don't know which powder that is, but that's either onion or garlic powder. And then you're going to add in, what is that? Chipotle powder. Some chipotle powder. Try and get it all in. I love chipotle, so I put it in a lot of my recipes. If you don't like it, put in cayenne pepper or nothing. That looks like onion powder. That's the onion powder. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a lot lighter, I think, right? Is that how that works? I don't know. Yeah, who cares? You know you're supposed to put it in. All right, so this is, it's actually smoked salt. It's like Nobleman smoked salt or something. I think that's the brand. It's smoked salt. That's exactly what it sounds like. And you do not have to use smoked salt. You can use regular kosher salt. I used it, and it turned out great. So if you want to look for it, you can. If you don't, just use kosher salt. You don't have to use the smoked salt at all. Then you're going to blend it up. Just blend it up really well until everything's mixed completely together. And then you are ready for the next really hard process. you're going to add your blended up sauce into a saucepan. And this is a great technique of not spilling it all over the place, is by pouring it onto the spoon. I think, I don't know. I just happened to do it this time, and I guess you could do it that way. I don't know. It didn't splash, so maybe I'm onto something. You're gonna cook this on medium to medium low heat, and you're just gonna cook it for about 20 to 30 minutes. You just want it to cook down a little bit. What's the word? It's not cook down. You want it to not sweat. What's the word? You want it to reduce. There we go. You want it to reduce. You want it to reduce, like I said, for about 20, 30 minutes. It's going to darken a little bit, thicken up the sauce. The flavors are going to get more concentrated, and you're going to end up with an amazing barbecue sauce that, like I said, you can do whatever you want with. If you want to add whatever, you want to add jalapenos, you want to add apples, you want to add whatever you want to add to it to make it your own, you can. I ended up adding some hot sauce, which was great. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. I forgot the mustard. Don't tell anybody. I totally forgot to put the mustard in. I saw it sitting there, and then I added it. And guess what? Worked out. So just don't forget to add your mustard. And you can use whatever, like you could use honey mustard. You could use, this is what's great about barbecue sauces. There's a reason there's 10 million barbecue sauces at your supermarket whenever you go down the aisle of condiments. That's why there's a million, because there's so many different things that you can do with barbecue sauce, with it just different with different things. You're gonna put a different type of barbecue sauce on, let's say, ribs than you would chicken, than you would, I don't know, do you put barbecue sauce on fish? I don't eat fish, but that sounds kind of gross, so maybe not fish, but on or a hamburger or whatever. So there's a lot of different things. I want to experiment with this and see if I can find anything that's really good and different as well. Maybe make it even spicier, throw in some habaneros, make it sweeter, throw in some like apple jelly. There's a lot of different things you can do. So that's why I like it. Sorry. Thanks for listening. I'll get to the end of this video. You're welcome. All right, so you're going to want to be stirring this occasionally while it's reducing. And as you can tell, it has darkened a little bit and thickened up a little bit. You can tell where we started off by looking at the sides. It's gone down that much. As soon as you're done, what you're going to do is obviously turn the heat off. Let it cool, and then add it to some sort of container. I have a little bottle that I put my sauces in, and then I let it sit overnight. It turns out delightful. I'm going to ladle in that cooled down barbecue sauce into my little barbecue bottle, my little barbecue sauce bottle. Use a not a strainer. What is that? That's not a strainer. That is a, a funnel. The thing that funnel stuff, what's it called? That's right, a funnel. All right, so you're gonna add that in. I have way more than can fit into here, so I'm gonna put the rest of it in a Tupperware container, and then as I go through that barbecue sauce, I'll just refill it with the barbecue sauce that's in the Tupperware. And you go through it pretty quick. How long does it last in the refrigerator? I don't know. I've never had it long enough in my refrigerator to have it go bad. So I'd say you'd be safe for at least a week. But I'm not a scientist, so don't trust me on food duration safety protocols. All right, now for my favorite part of the video. I get to try the barbecue sauce, and even better, I get to try the barbecue sauce on some delicious ribs that I smoked earlier today. Now I already kind of glazed the rib with the sauce that I made, but you can never have too much sauce on your ribs. Unless you don't like sauce on your ribs, then whatever. But I do, so I'm gonna put a little extra so we get even more deliciousness off it. A little glaze on there. Now, probably for the best results with barbecue sauce, you're gonna wanna let it sit overnight. But I'm not going to. I want to eat it right now. So don't worry, there's plenty more. All right, let's. That's really good. The ribs are really good because they're smoked. I'll do a recipe a little bit later, maybe this upcoming week because of the 4th of July, do a little smoking recipe. This is really good. I've actually made barbecue sauce a few different times in the past and it turned out terrible. This one turned out really, really good. I'm kind of excited to experiment with adding different things in this just to see what we can do with it. Give it a try. Trust me, you'll like it. I'm not just saying it. It really is good. I'm going to finish this rib, even though it's 10:40 at night. Probably gonna get heartburn. I do it for my fan base. If you like what we're doing on this channel, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out our Instagram page, Party Food Hero, and go to the website for all the in-detail recipes, partyfoodhero.com. And remember, be the Party Food Hero. Told you, I'm gonna finish this. You can stick around and watch me finish it or not. Ah, it's good.
Be the Party Food Hero.